What am I doing? We've got to have Frank on full screen, haven't we? Welcome to the stream. Let's level me up a little bit there. Okay, that's a bit better, isn't it? That's a bit better. Oh, I'm very narrow on this screen. Got to make space for Frank. That's what it is. We've got to make space for Frank. Welcome in, Clue. Welcome to the stream. And anyone else joining us? We're building Lego, a semi-final with Italy. Oh, I'm not in the semi-final, so it's all right. Women's Euros. Who is in this? Is it? Oh, England and Italy. Ah, fuck it. Who cares? It's only England. Switzerland are out. I might watch it later. Put on the second screen. Put on the second screen. This is more exciting. We're building some Lego. So, as discussed last time, we are taking a classic Lego set and modernising it. So we're taking the Breezeway Cafe and we're going to turn it into a modern modular. So if we go to Rebrickable, you can see I don't know if we can find an example of a modern modular set. There we go. So something like Tudor Corner. That's not quite what we're going for, but we're kind of going to make it so it fits in a modern Lego city. That's the plan. We're keeping the original parts and the original concept, and we're just expanding upon it slightly. Last stream we added these to the side. We extended out the back and created a sort of made a start on this back wall, and then we built a staircase, which I'm actually quite proud of. So this stream we need to build the rest of the kitchen and extend the top floor, but I'm already anticipating some challenges here. So first of all, this is not an even number across. So if we're building the staircase here, so if we take our guy and start bringing him up the stairs, doop 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 doop. Where is he? There we go. He's not going to sit on the stairs very well. But if we start to put him going up the stairs, can we see? Oh god, you're really big. There we go. We can see that we're going to have to leave a bit of a gap so that he can get up and down. And that means we're going to need to put a floor across here, but leave it blank here. But we've messed up the dimensions, so we're just going to play around with that for a bit and see what we can do. Orion, welcome to the stream. So many wonderful people here today. See, this is my audience, people who don't want to watch England play in the Euros. I do like women's football as well, you know. This is a digital Lego tool called Bricklink Studio. It's free to download, and you can export the parts and build. It also builds instruction manuals for you. So it's a great way of designing sets. And what we're going to do is I'm going to design this on stream, and then I'm actually going to build it on stream as well. So we're going to get to see the full process. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wide. So we go in here and we can put 6 by, and this is where the problem I think comes, because it's 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 6, 8, 11 deep, and I don't think there is a 6 by 11 plate. There's a 6 by 10 plate. Here's a 6 by 10 plate, which is fine. There's also a 6 by 12 plate, I think. It's a lovely little program. Yeah, so we could maybe do 6 by 12. We create problems and we have to solve them. I kind of don't mind keeping that open plan. I do think the kitchen itself is going to need a bit of work, and I'm wondering about putting a pillar there, but then I'm thinking maybe the rest of the kitchen could maybe be grey. So that's definitely an option. The side of the building I don't love completely. I do sort of feel that that's overkill. I don't think that's too unstable as an option. I think the arch being a single arch, come on, behave. I think the arch being a single arch is the play. You can see that even in the software it's sort of like, oh, you're asking me to hang off just one brick. Are you sure about that? I'm sure about that, game. Come on. Yeah, I think that's fine. Modern Lego kits. Modern Lego kits definitely make it easier for you to remove the roof. So having gone through that palaver, I wonder if I actually want to get rid of that. I don't know how I feel about it. Now we'll leave that. A little bit of a lack of uniformity or making it look natural is really hard. Like, it's so much easier to follow like a consistent pattern. But I think that's fine. I'm still unsure about whether to make the kitchen grey or just continue this white across here. Part of it sort of depends on the price of some of the pieces. I prefer, I don't know why, but I prefer Brick Owl. These are all second-hand Lego marketplaces, if you are wondering. That's it. Okay, so these pieces are only 4p, which is great. It'll soon add up, but it's practical. I do think this back bit needs to be enclosed. I think this needs to be enclosed as well. Let me know in chat, what do you think? Do you think we should leave this as like an open plan kitchen, or do you think we should put a bit of a segregation or a partial segregation up? Like some kind of divider? Like maybe build across here something to screen the staircase? Like we don't want guests. It would give a bit more stability to the build. So what I'm thinking about is like, put it over here. A support coming down here, but if I do that I kind of lose that arch, so I'd almost want, if I was to do that, I'd probably want to make it another arch, so maybe like this piece again. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. The other option is to put it there. Let's get it on a thing. The other option would be to put it there, so that's like a brace across the stairs, which would create a little bit of a sort of, yeah, see, yeah, that's kind of what we're missing, isn't it? If we're going for that like Italian cafe kind of vibe, because then what you could do with that is put this again in grey in front. We got fire hats, but we could build a little pizza oven back here. How cool would that look? You look through here, you see a pizza oven. I like the stairs. I like it. The stairs are a bit odd though. Why are the stairs odd? What's the stairs are the thing I'm most proud of. Don't go breaking my heart, Zeep. The asymmetry of it is triggering you. Oh, the fact that this comes up. Well, we can't solve that, I don't think, because we don't have enough space unless we moved this all one. We could move this all one. We could move this all one along. It doesn't need to be symmetrical though. If you think about it, like how many things in the real world are actually symmetrical? I appreciate that this is like literally your job, isn't it, in real life? So I'm being cautious with my assessment, but so I could put this piece in. So we've got a couple of design options. One of them could be to kind of replicate it exact, and then well, that sweeps down and then maybe turns the corner and becomes a unit, maybe. Sorry, you don't do architecture. I don't know, but you mess around with building layouts, don't you? I do drawings for a service around an underbuilding, so pipework, ventilation, viaducts, electrical cables. But yeah, the plan is we sort of fill that back in. So this is all going to be wood up here. Wood. Plastic. It's all plastic. Right, change of plan. Pull this out. Boom. So stairs go in. Frank's having his dinner, good for him. And you can see that the stairs are going to be part of the support for that plate. No, don't do that. Put it across like, so that's how we're going to do that connection there. I think that's the way to do it, because the staircase can provide support to, obviously we won't use this piece anymore, but the staircase can provide support here, and we're lacking support across here. So that's why I think we do that. Do we have a ballast? We do have a, we could possibly continue this wall in if we needed to, which would help. That would give us another connection point. But the bad news is there isn't a 1x14 plate. I don't think. That's the best we've got, which is already used, I think, in this set. What are you doing through the floor? Oh my days. Get out of the floor. Get out of the floor, you crazy cat. So we create him like a little kitchen space there and get some of this brickwork in behind him as well. So we take some of this stuff and pad it out a little bit. And we can do another, I think it's this one. Yeah, we could do another one of those in there. And you might be thinking, well, what's the point of that? But I'll show you in a minute what the point of that is. That's going to be great. No, it's not that. That's not what we want. We want 1x1 with a clip. See, look at this. So now he can have a little spatula behind him hanging from the wall. Isn't he the luckiest little Lego guy alive? Oh, I'm really enjoying how this kitchen's taking shape now. I think it's just adding the depth that's really, that's what you get in modern Lego sets that you don't get in an old set like this. Is that like through, you know, you can see the different heights, the different types of bricks. I think we are going to need to wall this in, but maybe we literally wall it in. Maybe that's the answer. 1x2 maybe we literally just wall that in like that. So he's got... No, we don't wall it in like that. We wall it in with these. But look at that. We've just got that like perception running through there. Perception? Perspective? I don't know. I don't know what word I'm looking for, but now when you look at the front of this, you think, oh, there's some really cool stuff going on. And you could argue that this pillar's looking a little bit fragile in the context of the rest of the build. And that's quite nice actually, because we can get the symmetry. I think that's just looking a little bit more like it's supporting what we're trying to do. We'll put him back at the bar. Yeah, that gives us so many more bricks to work with. So we can, for example, whack that across there without having to worry about connections. And obviously you have to make sure this is secure on that angle. But then we can put a 1x6 plate. 1x6 plate. No, not 1x6. 2x6 plate. And then we'll fill that in with plate later as well. Oh, funky. And those are all nice and supported, so that's really cool. Obviously we'll build this wall up as well. And you might think, what am I doing? Well, what I'm doing is creating the opportunity to design the pizza oven, which on one level you could make the argument that we should copy an existing design, but on another level I just want to make something up. Apocalyptica. Right, there will be grey sloped pieces that fit in here. We just need to find them. So like this is perfect. So you can see we're not quite ready for that piece. Okay, I don't know how expensive they are. I'm going to try it. So sloped, curved 2x. So we're looking for a sloped curve. What was it? 2x1 by 2x1 by 2. I want to say 80p a piece. Should we see if we can find a cheaper option? Of course, we could create the illusion that it's in the thing when it actually isn't. It's a bit risky, but it might work. So your pizza goes in. What's the pizza oven look like on this? Here, it's just a microwave. Okay. What we want to try and do here is have like fire on the bottom, basically. Pizza ovens actually have the fire at the back of the oven. Is that what I want? No, it's not. It doesn't exist. What I want doesn't exist. Again, it's the problem with threes. So we can be creative. We use this. We use this. So that's the base of the pizza oven. You still with me? And at the back, and this is going to go up against a concrete wall, so that's fine. That's fine. And again, I think we can use black. So we're going to have that at the back, which is going to have like a flame coming out of it. Maybe we have two flames, so we can put a bit of fire in there. All colours. Can I just do all colours? Fire. Flame. This is going to get very difficult very quickly. There we go. And we're looking for like red, trans red. Yeah, there we go. So we have a couple of fires in the back. Because again, what we need to imagine here is that we've got a big wall of grey back here. So we don't need to worry about what it looks like from behind. That's going to be a big wall of grey. Just bring us right back to where we started with these. See, that now doesn't fit under there because the fires are quite big, so we might have to do that just so that you can see a bit of fire even though it's kind of not really there. Yeah. Plate, and then tile. And that's a fairly basic Lego pizza oven. I think actually we'll put the tile there. There we go. Fairly basic level pizza oven. Quite low down. Looks pretty cool. Oh, thank you. I think we can make it look cooler. I think it'll benefit from looking taller. We shall have the added benefit of making it look like the back is a slope. Because now, if you notice, most of the other cooking equipment is 1 brick high. So if we do this, we can make this 1 brick high. Maybe raise the flames slightly. Yeah, the flames will need to go up a little bit. It's all about experiments. We'll try bringing the flames up. Yeah, they're not going to work. But that's fine because fiddle with that in a bit. Don't worry, trust the process. We just got to zoom out and zoom in occasionally. Right, so you can see we can actually go quite high with this piece. Much higher than the piece that we had. So if we go back to plate and we plate this up, because as I said, we're not going to see this. We can go even higher. Can we? No, that's the limit we can go. That's fine. Is that gonna work? No. That's as high as we can go. But that might be possible in other ways. Like, for example, like that. All right. Yeah, like that. That's what I want. Oh, we can do some clever stuff here. So we plate, 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 plate. Does that go in? Yes. Perfect. Yeah. And that's kind of cool because it makes that look like more of an opening. I'll fix that in a minute. And the back is not ideal, but you actually aren't really gonna see the back. And we could maybe even do that. Yeah, look, we've closed the back. Brilliant. And you might be like, why did you delete those? But I got a plan. Modified bricks. We're gonna use these for the sides. You know, pizza oven, you want it to look a bit funky. But again, let's not overcomplicate it. Let's just put that there. And then the top, I think we want to, let's not overcomplicate it. It's never been true for Lego sets. Well, it's kind of true. It's kind of true in this case because Oh, I don't like that. But maybe in the middle? Do I like that? I need a picture of a real pizza oven. Stone pizza ovens. Yeah, there does need to be something that pulls the smoke out. That's what we're missing, isn't it? There it is. That's what we need. Look at that. Stick that on top. Yeah. Tile that over. So we're doing like a 1x1. Are there any interesting 1x1s in the world? Do we just put a normal 1x1 in these corners? I think we've lost something here. We could use these 1x1s. I'm about to blow your mind. Hopefully. Let's see if I can find it. Plate. Oh, look at that! Look at the shape that's created. I don't know if that's too narrow for a pizza to fit in now. That's my only concern. That is so crazy. I love it. 2 minutes to go of the... God, England, this run that they're on is crazy. That looks cool. I do worry that I'm going to have to move this down for it to work, which does then make... which then means I can see the flames. Just make it a very low pizza oven. Is that a problem? I need a minifigure. Where's my chef? What do we think? Or of course I could just move the whole thing up. Of course, I've built it so this is so obvious. I built it so the front is separate, so I can just raise this whole design up. I could just raise this whole design up. This is like, I don't want to be too crazy here. But is this not like quite a cool design? Like, are we not vibing this? Like, this seems like, this is really cool. This is really cool. This is so much more fun than Football Manager. How high are we going? How much higher do we need to go? I think this is too high. I think we want to go 2 plates high. I think 2 plates high is about the right amount of additional height. Like, don't get me wrong, it's not ideal, but I feel like 2 plates. Like, I'd love to go the full 3, but 2 plates is the way to go. You know what? No, you can see it's horribly, horribly fitting at the back. But don't worry about that. We're going to fix that in a minute. Yeah, too high. Nice pizza oven height. Does this fit on there? It does. Look at that. So we're going to make that black, obviously. And then have that going out the wall. Come on. Come on. Right. Cool. But as I say, we need to do a bit of a redesign to fix this. So if we ungroup that. Delete these for now. We might put them back in. So for example, we could probably get rid of that, 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 and then bring the grey bricks back into the side. Do we have any grey bricks? No. That's annoying. 2x1, 2x1 modified, there it is. So we can now bring these boys back in. Look, needs to go, but we will bring it back. We're going to bring it back. It just needs to be lower. basically. Well, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Does that fit or does that clip into the fence? What do we think? Does that clip? I think it might be clipping. I don't know. Hard to judge. Yeah, that's not going to go, which is fine. So that now I think is going to have to go directly into there, which don't love, but it's fine. I don't think there's a steeper angle, but I'll have a quick look because you never know. There might be a steeper angle that we could use. We're gonna end up back on these incredibly expensive pieces that I've already ruled out. But hey, if it makes a badass pizza oven. I feel like I've seen these as 1x1s and they're cheaper. Is that clipping into the wall? I think it might be. Let's have a look. Yeah, it clips slightly. But that is a cheaper piece, I think. What's it called though? A 1x1 curve? That's it. Hang on, I just saw it. I think they're quite common. I think I've actually got some of these. Lego slope, medium stone grey. Yes! Made 20p. Not ideal, but doable. Doable. 1x1 all the way up, which we can improve upon. And then in theory I can go up again, but I'm not going to. Because what we're going to have to do is go across the top. That's where I used that other one, isn't it? Where I did the one that went across. Because what we could do here, but I think it'll be hard to position, is we basically want to put a tile here across the top of the fire, which is not going to do because it's got nothing to connect to, so we'll have to come down from the top, which is sketchy, but we should be able to do it. It's a funky old design. It's a little bit fragile. We could, in theory, build it into the wall, but it's got less structure then. But if we do that, then we do a 2x1 plates under here. We've closed the back of the oven. So we've got a really cool looking front of the oven, and we've closed off the back of the oven. To be honest, in theory, you don't need that piece, but I think it's probably worth having. So you can see. And then the pizza. So we'll take an old style pizza. There we go. Old pizza. We don't need the new style pizza. Go on, clip on. Look at that! Yes! So there we go, and that's how you cook pizza in the pizza oven, although we'll get rid of that. Did I copy? Please tell me I just copied the staircase. Why did I move it? Like, it literally didn't need to move, and now somehow it's ended up the wrong way around, but hey ho. Lego pizza oven. Nearly done. Whew. Right, we're going to black, and we're going to pipe. Oh my god. That's looking good. Thanks. Thanks, Reva. I really appreciate that. Tube? What was it called? So that gets grouped and becomes pizza oven. And then simple matter of spinning this round and dropping it in here. And then when we look at the front, you can see now in the back, pizza oven, also for Zeep's benefit, obscuring the issue with the asymmetry as well. One slight problem, which I think I can fix, is because it's quite big and we've walled this off, it's like a very narrow squeeze through there. Don't let my issue ruin what you... No, I think it's true. I really appreciate the input. Genuinely, I'm not just saying that. This is now quite narrow. Can you see? So I'm not saying I dislike that, but that, for example, very hard to squeeze through there. And then not really sure what's going on in this corner, but that might be fine. We might just have nothing going on in this corner. He's kind of got everything he needs, really. And a bit of distance between him and the pizza oven, but that looks so cool. Genuine. I think that looks really, really cool. And I know I'm blowing my own horn a bit there, but I think that looks like, from the front, it's still the same kind of set. It's still got the same kind of vibe going on, but you've now got just so much more detail, but detail that I don't think makes the rest of it look crap. It kind of just builds on it. We'll throw a few of these boys in, particularly around the back of the... There we go, obviously. Obviously want one of those there and there. Ugh. Oh my god, what have I done? Right, just get rid of that one. Does it need ventilation? It does need ventilation. That's where we're going to have an interesting time. So we're going to have to Technic pin this. So we're using some pretty crazy techniques here at this point. So pin, give me a Technic pin. Maybe it's not a pin, is it a oh, it's one of those, it's one of those. Right, that goes in there. We're getting somewhere. Oh, no, no. We need this piece. Does this piece exist? No. Does this piece exist? Yes. That's what we need. That goes in there. Then that goes on there. Oh, we are cooking with gas or wood fire, as the case may be. Would you believe me if I said it was a poor penalty? Now, is that the truth, or is it just because you're Irish? Or do you think Italy can genuinely feel hard done to in this game? It's a conspiracy. That's, I think, what I want. Yeah, that's what I want. Job done. There's the pizza oven venting away. They should be disappointed, but it's not unfair by any means. It's been an even game. Hee hee hee, look at that! I can probably do a better connection, but I like that as a potential option. So I'm going to keep that as an option, but I think I can probably find a way to connect that up more smoothly. Give Frank a treat. Reaver, what a legend! Right, it's treat time. There we go. Slopes, 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 slopes. England win. Oh my word, this run to the final, it's been crazy. We might stick with this big opening. It's like an old Italian kitchen. Maybe that's the best that we can do. The only thing I could think of is whether I could get like an arch, maybe. Oh, hang on. Sack 'em all. Hang on. I've seen some. That's what I need. That's what I need. I think. Do I? Is that any better? I think it's just the same. It's just stick that straight in like that. There's a case to be made for that, actually. I think there's a case to be made for that because it looks sort of intentional. The others look kind of accidental. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's exactly what I was just coming to the realization of, that if we then put these in here or something similar to that, that's going to look possibly better. I wonder if there's a 2x1 piece that would fit under here. I thought that back in the day there was one of these that was like inverted, but I don't think it exists anymore. I think they've retired it, genuinely. Just about. I mean, yeah, you could get a piece like this, and you could use snot bricks. We were talking about snot bricks last stream. You could use snot bricks to turn some of these pieces upside down. But I actually think, in keeping with the rest of the design, that's not a terrible option. This here, maybe with these, or I think leaving a bit of a gap is not the worst thing in the world. And sometimes it's nice to see studs. I think that's fine. I'm not sure how else I would do it, unless I think it'd look cool if this curved out, wouldn't it? Which we could actually do really easily here. You could have it all, my empire of dirt. I don't think that needs to go any higher, but I think that looks... Does that look better? Does that look better? You prefer it without the up? There's going to be a window above it. Fair play? Fair play? No, that's a fair comment. What do you think about having that sticking out there like that? And then like building a bit of a shelf or something? It's interesting because part of what newer Lego sets do is create more of a... like they're more likely to... So for example, out here, what we might do is take a 1x1 pillar and add just add a bit of depth to the, so that when you're looking at it from the side you've got a bit more going on. So you do something like that. An old entrance that's been bricked up. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm musing on here as like a potential thing, just a sort of point of interest. And if you are going down the it's been bricked up route, is that 4? Yeah, a bit of character. So yeah, you've got a little bit more detail when you look on this side now. But I think we're done. I think we're done with the bottom floor. I think we've created some really cool stuff. I'm very scared of how expensive this is becoming. But, you know, it's fine. We'll think about that another time. Right, we have finished the kitchen upgrade. We've upgraded reception, we've upgraded the kitchen. I'm so excited. We're going to do more work. We need to do more work on the front, and we also need to do some work on the back. But to be honest with you, I think a big part of it is going to be just like continuing the architectural style across here. I think like that's got to be the style, right? Like we'll have to have a think. We'll have to have a think. I think we probably want to keep it very open, very airy. We've like blocked in a lot of the bottom layer, so I think we want to leave it. I'm also thinking like plants are definitely a feature that we need to really add to. So for example, one of the things I'm thinking about doing is grabbing some of these plants and putting just a few like that coming down. Yeah, that's the idea. Yeah, so we've kind of meant this is more old, and then they've sort of bricked in the front bit. I think we should keep it with the original stood up look rather than the more modern, like Lego tends to these days, put like flat tiles down. I think we leave it with the studs showing, but I think we can make the inside, maybe this wood would be like a really nice wood color on the inside, like wooden floors, and then we could put some tiling on the front potentially. But yeah, we've got some stuff to play with. I think at the moment we're striking the right balance of modernising it without making the old section look dreadful, like not make it look dated. So I'm a little worried about the lights. I think those are very old style. It's a very old Lego technique. So we'll have to look at that and think about whether we want to do some changes to the lighting. But yeah, the pizza oven, freaking love that. Kitchen's looking good. It's quite a tight squeeze, but you can get around there. That's where we'll leave it for today. But thank you for the stream. Let's find somebody to raid. We'll probably, if Michelino's live, we'll probably give him a raid. Is he still live? He is. Yeah, we'll give our boy Michelino a raid. Thanks for coming. I'll be back hopefully on Thursday. Depends. I'm away with work, so it sort of depends how long that takes. But yeah, thanks for hanging out. I'll see you when I see you.